Hi everyone, I'm coming on. I am making some little embellishments for junk journaling, mini albums. You could even put them on other projects. I had a play on, what day is this? This is Friday, Monday. I was doing playing card challenge for Creating with Scrimpys Mummy's channel, our Facebook group. And once I had done that, I thought, I'm going to just try and do something else. So I pulled out my paper clips. Nothing fancy, just a couple of, I have got some really big ones, but these are more fitting. I have got an example of a big one though. And what I done was added some little charms onto them. I'm just going to zoom you in a wee bit. So if I just zoom into there, that should be okay. So I put on these wee charms. Now I've used, this was actually an old button, so there's no loop on that to add anything, but even just putting that on a journal page will give you a little tab. And I have attached these with E6000, which is a super strong glue for metal, and I've used it for years and years with jewellery. And I do buy the smaller. I used to buy the big tube, but I found it dried out before I was getting to the end of it. So these wee tubes work wonderfully. They're not expensive, they're about maybe £2, and honestly, if you're doing like this type of thing, it'll last you for ages. So I got this. I've got this wee little charm with obviously the hook there, so we can add a dangle onto that. A wee bit of glue there, but you can see at the back on this one there is a wee glue loop, so I'm just picking that off. But when that goes into your journal, it's just going to look fab. Where else have I got? That one's not got any. So then I've got this one. This was actually a, what do you call it? The toggle for a bracelet, but obviously it's an old one. So again, I have just added E6000, and it's strong, it's not going to break. We have got a little sunflower with the charm hanger, and then I've got this little tiny one, which is a little dragonfly maybe, or a moth, I'm not sure. Oops, sorry, I'm out of shot. But this is like the tiny, that's that size of paper clip. So then I thought, right, we're going to embellish them. So this is one. Now there's a hook in the bottom of that, and I can add another small charm, or I can add some chain to it to give it an extra bit of dangle. It's completely up to yourself. And this was actually one of the bracelet slides that you get, but all I done was put the E6000 on the paper clip and push it through and just let it sit. You've got to let it cure for 24 hours. It is glued after maybe half an hour, but for it to be super strength, leave it for the 24 hours before you add anything to it, just to be sure. Then we've got this one, which is a thistle with the bit on it, and we've added a little dangle charm on there. Now these are probably a bit big, but I just wanted to add it so you can get an idea of what you're putting on. Let me see if I've got, there's a wee, as you can see, I've already got quite a bit of stuff on this, but if you add that on there, you're going to have that. So it's really pretty, and if you've got that through your journal, you then don't need a tab, because that's going to be your tab. So that's the thistle one. Then I've got this big, this is a big super sized ones that I have, and I use these mostly for just decorated. I'll put maybe the bottle cap type ones on the top, but this is just another idea. And again, when it goes on, you've still got your charm fully visible, and I just think it looks pretty. And as I said, if you actually put it, I'm trying to think, there we go, this type of thing. So if you put it in like there, and then pull that down, you can still see your tab, but you're not seeing the paper clip really. So you can do stuff like that, or wherever you're planning to do it, just put a little pocket over the top so that it covers it. But personally, it doesn't bother me. So that's the big one, and as I said, you can see that's not falling off, and that's quite a weighty because it's obviously got a charm on it as well. Then we've got this little one. Again, is it a bit bigger? That's the next size up from that, but we've got, that's just a wee handmade bead I made. But you can see they're nice and petite. You don't have to have big ones. Let's see, I'll just pin that on there for you to see. There you go. So you can see they do look really, really pretty once they're on. So let's get and show you how we put them together. So I'm just going to go like that. Makes my desk look nice and clean, when reality is that's the clean part. Right, so we are going to grab a paper clip. I am going to grab my mat, wherever I put it. It's behind me. Now you don't need this, because on the glass mat it would come off anyway. One of Max's hairs, we don't want that there. Then I have got my box of charms. So what do we want? A little butterfly. Let me turn them. Yep, that works. So that's all I do, is I just make sure when I'm putting it over it that I'm going to have enough room for the paper clip to be on securely, but still for the paper clip to actually work, because there's no point in putting a big huge one on and then you can't use the paper clip. That's just pointless. Anyway, so what we do is just E6000 open, and you just put a little bit on the top there, and I'll show you this close up in a second so you can see how much there is. It is such a small amount. That's it. It is just enough to hold it, and believe me, it will hold. So I like my charms at an angle so that I can hang my charm on there, my dangle, and it's not going to cause any major issues. So I'm just making sure that's stuck well at the back. And then you need to let it cure, as I said. So what I do is just let it sit on the paper clip. Yep. Just let it sit on the, I think I might need, see, because that's a hollow, I think I might need a little bit more. So what I'll do with this is I'll actually put it on the butterfly. And again, I'm not using tons, that is just a tiny little splodge I've put on it. And then we just place that on there. That's better. Feels more secure now. And just let that cure for 24 hours. And as I said, I'll do maybe half a dozen at a time, and then just push them aside. and let them dry for a day. But in true Blue Peter style, we can do, here's one I made earlier. So I have got the sunflower one, and I have bought a little dangle that kind of matches with the theme of a sun. So I take my curved pliers, and I just use any other ones. It doesn't really matter, it's only enough to open the jump ring. And I'm going to use a bit of a larger one because I want that still to be able to move about. I need to find the opening. These are actually really quite good. I got these from Amazon, I think. So just take the pliers there, other pliers on the other side, and then you just, this hand here you're pushing forward, this hand here you're pulling backwards, like so, and that opens your jump ring. So then you're going to lift your charm, make sure that charm's closed properly at the bottom. It is. Put it on your other charm, then you're taking back your pliers, holding it again, and the exact same movement that you done earlier, you just do reverse, which means this hand here is going back and this hand here is going forward, like so, and that closes your jump ring, and that's you got your dangle. So it's so easy, and as I said, anybody can do it. If I can, you can. You don't even have to add beads or anything. You could add, in fact I've got one there, I think. So it's a little tassel. Let me see what I've got. Well, that might be nice on there. Yep, we'll try that. So I'm just going to grab another jump ring. Take my 2 pairs of pliers. Up at the top. Same movement as before. One hand forward, one hand back. Oops. Make sure your pliers are holding. Open your jump ring. Put your charm on. Put your paperclip charm on. Take your pliers and reverse the movement, like so, and close your jump ring. And then you've got this. So as I said, you can add ribbon, you can add seam binding, whatever you've got you can add, but I just think that they are so cute, and they really just do add so much to your wee journal. So have a wee go at it. I'm going to be back over the next few days and just doing small tutorials like this. I can't sit for too long, so I just want to try and get bits done that I can help with. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.